Hey y'all. Well, I woke up alive this morning. This is Saturday, February the 1st, and that means that I survived January of 2025, y'all. The winter storm of 2025, at least January, hoping I don't get no more. But so anyway, I'm doing a little video here of the off-grid stuff and during the power outage and some of that kind of thing. And I randomly just shot a few videos when all this was happening. And I did one on the new solar lights, using them in this power outage. So be sure and watch that. So there's a little bit of that in here too. But so I just did this little video, and I had to do a little introductory piece to it to tell you about it. So it kind of just starts off with me cooking up a meal. Anyway, the power was out here for 4 days and nights. First week of January, I guess it was, and it was bad. It was bad. Had several different issues, and I'll tell you a little bit about them in this video. And but you know, after that came back on and everything kind of settled down a little bit, it's still I ended up having some major car trouble. The ice pulled down the gutter on half my house on the front side. My Gracie girl's not doing well at all. She's not wanting to eat. So I'm concerned about her. There's just been a lot of things, and just recently, just a couple of days ago, my mother, we had a family medical emergency with her. So I've been dealing with that, but January was brutal. It absolutely was brutal. So I just want to introduce this video coming up saying that I survived. And I've got another little piece too, if y'all, I haven't posted it yet, but I had a true little miracle here at this house during all that, when that power was out. And nobody can ever tell me any different. I know without a doubt that that there was a little miracle that happened right here. So anyway, just to see this part of the winter storm for 2025, stay tuned. Hey guys, so I am fixing dinner here in the power outage. 10 o'clock tonight will be 24 hours that the power has been off in this snow/ice storm that I am in. I'm here at my shanty on the river, and I'm cooking up some grub on my handy dandy little butane stove. That is one of the best purchases I've ever made. I know most of y'all have got one, you van lifers out there and RVers and campers and all that. If you don't have one, if you don't live that lifestyle, you need to get one of these for your home. If you don't already have one, because, you know, if you don't have gas for cooking, if you don't have gas cook stove, these come in really handy when the electric goes out or whatever. So I am fixing, if you can see, I got some Polish sausages in there cut up, and fixing a can of seasoned greens in those. I love greens. These are mixed greens. And I put just a little bit of salt and pepper and a little dash of vinegar. And so next I'm going to heat up some water and have some of the little macaroni and cheese here in the cup. These are so handy for all types of camping and backpacking and off-grid living, all this stuff. So just heat with the water and let it set. These are awesome. So, and I'm going to cut up a big onion. Now, only thing I would need with this, I don't need it, but some cornbread would be good with this, you guys. And you know something I'm thinking about getting? Well, that is hot enough. I'll turn that off. Anybody out there got one of those old-fashioned camp stoves, like the little tin, it folds up, and you put it right on your propane or butane stove, and it's a little oven. I mean, those have been around forever, but I never did get one, and I'm thinking very serious about doing that. And I can fix me a little cornbread in that or whatever, but I don't know that I would use it that often, but I'd like to have it, just try it out and see. And you know, you could do frozen biscuits in there and everything, I'm sure, because it acts as a little oven, camp oven. So you guys, I'm gonna heat up my macaroni here in a minute, and I just thought I'd do a little video here and use some of the off-grid living stuff, and see if you guys are in I'm sure you all are in some of these areas that has the snowstorm. I'm in eastern Kentucky, and so this storm is really, I think the worst of it is toward the north of us, but it is all through south central and parts of northern Kentucky, West Virginia, and Virginia. So I don't know. I don't know. A couple of towns around me has power, but we do not have any power. And I had a neighbor stop by earlier and said that they were cutting. There were some trees down, so they were cutting some trees, and they went out on the main road and said power lines were laying everywhere. So, you know, this happens every time the ice forms on these lines. It's like no matter how much they cut around them and all that, that doesn't help a thing. It just helps from, you know, trees falling. But when this ice hits, it just snaps them. It just snaps them, and there's nothing you can really do about that. So anyway, I want to remember those folks that's out there working, all the utility people, and that's a hard job. It's a scary job. It's a dangerous job. So just hanging out with my doggies and got all the cool stuff going. You see my lights in the background there, y'all? I don't know which one of these videos. I hadn't planned this. So, you know, I did the one about the Anpro solar light, string lights, which is in the background. And I am enjoying those so much. And if you watch the video on just that only, you'll see everything about it. And I'm going to go in here after a while and you can see them a little bit better. But look how pretty that is. And those are mostly, I put those mostly up tonight for my doggy. So when they are in here sleeping, if this power doesn't come back on, I had a battery operated candle on in the living room for them, because that's where they sleep at night, and they get a little antsy and nervous, you know, when the power goes out and they don't want complete darkness. Nobody does. So I kept that on there for them last night, but I decided to try these out and use this instead tonight for them, and save my batteries on my battery candle. So I love it. I love it for myself, and it's really created a little atmosphere in there, and I love that. So anyway, be back to you guys with a little bit and see what else is going on, and if I'm going to be in the dark again for another night. Anyway, get back to you later. See ya. Hey, y'all. So, just had supper, and have settled down here. I'm all covered up. Still no power, and if you can see behind me back there, I've got my oil lantern going, and what else is going back there? Candles back there in the kitchen, and I have settled down here, and I don't know when it's going to come back on. It's 7:30 right now. So I don't know. I don't know when it's going to come back on. I hope it comes back on tonight. But I didn't really think it would be off this long. I really didn't, especially where surrounding towns has got power. I understood that. I found that out from a neighbor earlier today. And anyway, it's been an interesting day. So you guys, you know, I do this stuff all the time, you know, with traveling and camping and all that. You know, we get used to our modern conveniences when you're at home and everything. It's a little bit aggravating, but I do. Most of the time I enjoy it because it gives me a chance to practice these things, these off-grid living skills and old-timey ways of doing things and testing out new gadgets and all that. And I love that. So today would have been, you know, everything was going good. I had pretty much everything in, because we knew this was coming. You know, this was predicted. They was almost certain that this was going to happen. So I had everything prepared, and I did have to go up to the van and get my little stove. I hadn't brought it in yet, but anyway, that was no big deal. So I was out doing those things this morning. I went out, put out some bird seed, and I wanted to start both of the vehicles up. So, you know, just to let them go and try to get the snow off of them and de-ice them and all that. And got the things out of the van that I needed. And so my other vehicle, I had started it up, and I hit the button to where it wasn't the alarm button, but it was making a beeping sound. I don't know if I've been having trouble with that key fob a little bit anyway, but so I had something else in my hand. I think it was the broom or whatever, where I'd been getting stuff off the snow off the vehicle, and I set it aside, and I thought I just left the door cracked. I didn't think I put it all the way together, And that's the only key that I have for that vehicle. Yeah, I locked it. It accidentally locked, and it was running. That's the only key I had. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So, did not panic. I'm like, what am I going to do? You know, I can't just sit here and let it run out of gas. So, of course, I've got AAA, but I knew for one thing that with a snowstorm situation, they're not going to take, you know, that they take precedence over emergency situations, as they should. So they won't come out to somebody who is in a safe situation at their home or whatever, as opposed to, you know, they got to take care of people who's stranded on the road and such. I understand that. So I thought, what's best to call somebody local and, you know, see if I can get the keys, get it unlocked. What do they call that? I need to get one of those. Anyway, so I called a local garage person, tow truck driver who I know. And Jimmy, if you're out there, if you're listening to this, thank you so much. I thought, you know, I don't know. I thought everybody was going to be covered up with, you know, accidents, and I thought it might take a while, but it didn't take long at all. And he came out, and he had that unlocked in, I'm telling you, a minute. I mean, it's just incredible. So anyway, took care of that, and I was so thankful for that, but I was so aggravated because I had everything else going and, you know, was prepared, and then that happened. So that is a lesson learned, you all. I bet you I will be so much more careful about that going forward. But it kind of just put a damper on the day, I guess. And I wasn't as enthusiastic as I was in the beginning of the day with all my, you know, off-grid stuff and just doing it all. It just kind of, but yeah, I'm thankful, very, very thankful they got that taken care of quite easily. I'm just aggravated with myself because I did something stupid. But, hey, everybody does stupid stuff, I reckon. I am not the only one, am I? I hope not, y'all. Will you admit it? At least I'll admit it. So, anyway, and I figured it would be back on by now, but it is not. And it's hard to believe that are we going to have another multi-day ice storm like we did in 2021? I don't think so. I just don't know, you know, it's kind of like, why is these surrounding people got power and we don't? But who am I to say, you know? Anyway, all is well. We all got our bellies full. Doggies are settled down on the couch. My river pup, if y'all have checked out my latest blog, I tell you about my river puppy. He's over it now pretty much, but he's still on medication. But he had a neurological issue about a month ago now, or maybe about a month ago, maybe a little longer. And he couldn't walk. It was very, very scary. I was terrified, actually, that I was going to lose him. But he has pulled through. He's doing great. But one of the medicines he put him on is steroids. And you know, that makes you want to eat just like people. I'm telling you, I have to limit his food. But so I'm in here, you know, trying to fix something to eat, you know, with limited lighting and all that. And he's just wanting to eat constantly. And I'm like, he's already had supper. Love his little heart. So anyway, he's settled down now. And probably another bathroom trip for night time. But all is well. But I wanted to show you guys my lights. Hang on. Aren't those pretty? So, yeah, I showed y'all in the clip earlier how those work. Now, they're probably brighter in the last clip when I was demonstrating that to y'all. So, it was a little bright. So, I put them down on the lowest setting, which is on the solid light over there and the string lights. And I just absolutely love these, you guys. This is so pretty in here. And so tonight when I go on to bed, the doggies is going to have something. They're going to have some lighting in here so they're not nervous about the dark and all that. And it's going to be something really soft and warm and comforting. And so you see there I have a battery operated candle that I used last night. So I'm saving those. So I'm not using that resource. And I love these. This is going to be an absolute favorite purchase. And like I said, if you watched my last video, they are on my favorite things list for 2024. Anpro solar camping lights, string lights. They are in that description for the my favorite things video. I'll put them down in here too in this description on this video. So I have just about, it's 7:30. I can't go to bed right now, y'all. What I'm doing right now, hang on. Paper and pen. You know, when I write, I'm working on a song right now that I need to finish. And this is a perfect time to work on that. And I don't do those by computer. I do everything by just, I have to write it out by hand because I do so many revisions and all that kind of stuff. And then when I get it done, I do a typewritten version to keep. So anyway, I've settled in and I'm just going to be doing some writing here. I did some reading earlier. So like I said, the day, it went well. It went well. Even after that mishap, I was just so aggravated at myself, but I settled down. And so the rest of the day was good. It got me a good fire going. I let it fizzle out. I went ahead and let it use what wood was in here because I got some more in my outside bin, and I'm just not going to fool with that till tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be back on sometime tonight, but if it's not, then I'll have to get some more wood from my outside, from my bin. I used all that was in the my crock over here, and I have my propane gas fireplace going on. If you can see it glowing back there in the very, very back, I have it going back there in the back. So, again, wanting to, divide the resources and not use up all my wood at one time and all that, because now, like I said, hopefully, surely to goodness, we won't be having, go a week again without electric. I don't know. It's hard to say, but it's supposed to here, I think this is Monday. So I think Wednesday and Thursday is when it's supposed to be getting down to like 10 and 11 and maybe less. Can't remember now. But it's going to be a lot colder. And so I want to save that wood, and just use it sparingly when it's colder than what it is right now, which it is pretty cold. But I'm covered up, y'all. I'm covered up. And about the only other thing I'm going to do this evening, because I'm already starting to get sleepy. It's been a day. That made me tired today. It made me tired. But I'm going to fix me a hot chocolate. Y'all know I didn't do it this year because I was late putting that My Favorite Things video together, because I always do it before Christmas, so people wants to order some of those things for Christmas gifts. I didn't get it published till the day after. I'm such a slacker. Just too much going on, but I did want to get it done before the end of the year. I mean, these are things you can get anytime for yourself and great gifts for people any time of the year, but I always like to do it, right before Christmas, but it didn't happen that way this year. But, so, on the prior My Favorite Things videos, I've done one every year since I started the YouTube channel. And y'all, I was thinking it was only like maybe 3 years. I think this video that I just done of My Favorite Things, I think that makes the 5th one. So, I just can't believe that much time has passed by. But usually at the end of that, I will do a special drink, like a cocktail or a wintertime drink, some kind of wintertime drink. I usually do that. And I don't know if I've made you all my special hot chocolate or not. It's so good. I mean, it warms you up. That's another reason I'm going to go fix one. But I'm going to try to get that in this evening. And that will be the last thing I do, just to warm up and then head on to bed. But I'm going to do some writing before I do that, and I will check in with you guys later. Well, there is my special hot chocolate, you guys. That's in one of my mugs that one of my friends got me. If they're watching this, I can't remember which one of my 3 friends got me this. Some camping buddies of mine, old friends, and can't remember which one got this. If you guys are watching this, you'll know which one you got me, I think. Oh my goodness. And this will warm you up, y'all. So What this is just any kind of hot chocolate that you want to use in a packet or a can or whatever. Any brand. Go with a good brand if you can. This is salted caramel. I think this is Swiss Miss brand, and it's salted caramel. And it's a packet mix. And you put it in there and just add the boiling water to it like you would any of the other ones. And mix it up. I use a little like a mini frother, mini whisk, just a little handheld mini whisk, and mix it up really good. And then I add some butterscotch schnapps, and that's what makes it up. That's what makes it special, and that's what warms you up, y'all. It's a liqueur, and you can also use that in baking and different kinds of things like that. But you put a little bit of that in there and just mix it up good. And also, I put a little caramel syrup, a little of the caramel syrup flavoring, and mix that all up, and just top it with whipped cream and a dash of cinnamon. And most recently, I didn't put it in this because I forgot it, but I got some sprinkles. They were like the really fancy. I was going to use them for cookies for Thanksgiving, I think it was, or Christmas or something. And they were the really, really hard candies, but they're edible, but you use them for cakes and such. And it just didn't work out with what I was using. I'm like, what am I going to do with these? And I started sprinkling them in my hot chocolate, and they just melt. You know, eventually they melt, make it even more chocolatey. And I didn't put them in this, but I'll have to show you all again sometime. So anyway, this is my favorite drink, wintertime drink of 2024. So anyway, check it out sometime. All right, see you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, so I'm going to see if the cooking spray worked on the minivan here, my Mini-Et micro camper. I sprayed it on there yesterday evening, or yesterday sometime, in an attempt to keep my door locks and handles and everything from freezing. So it got down, I think the lowest it got last night was, gosh, what was it, 8? I think it was 9 degrees this morning. Now it's about 12, I believe. So we are going to see what happens here. So hang on. Okay. So it is about, I think now it's 10 or 12 degrees. And so yesterday afternoon I sprayed the handles and all inside around the cracks of my doors and the my minivan micro camper in an attempt to keep the doors and the door handles and locks and everything from freezing, because we had wind chill temps that was even lower than single digits. And I ran out of De-Icer, so I am going to see if it worked. Just cooking spray, and I did not lock it with the automated lock with the key fob, because that may have been a problem too. So I had just left it unlocked. So let's see if it opens up. Yay! It did, you guys. I think this really works. So you can see in here, you can kind of see the spray around the gaskets. You can still see it on there. And I put it even further, like just kind of all around the cracks of the doors. And so this has worked, because I know that every time that we've had this kind of a weather, this cold, single digits, and this freezing wind and all that, that it has frozen up my doors. So of course the sunshine may help a little bit, but you know, it doesn't have much power when it's this cold. So this does work, and I will continue to use it. I had run out of De-Icer. I had some De-Icer spray I had used, but ran out of it. And it was already snowing and icy. I wasn't going to get back out on the road. So I used the cooking spray, and it does work, except it did splash over on my glass. Of course, it's not like I'm not going to have to wash this van really, really good anyway when warm weather gets here. But anyway, it works. It works. A big thumbs up for using cooking spray to keep your doors and windows and door handles from freezing. All right. See you on the next video.